Fiji's former ruling party was stripped of its legal status for not complying with electoral laws, leaving the country without a unified opposition. Local media are reporting Fiji First, which was the largest political party in Parliament, has its 26 MPs already split, with at least 10 considering joining Prime Minister Sitiveni Rabuka's coalition. While Fijian voters agree the deregistration of the former Prime Minister Frank Bainimarama's party is fair, they say the nation still needs a strong opposition to keep government accountable. Grace Vivai has more.
The deregistration is fair because, the party failed to comply in terms of whether having an opposition is important or not.
The logistics of the party, and it is very important to have opposition in order to keep the nation going and transparent.
It was just over 18 months ago when Fiji First lost power with a one-vote majority. But fast forward to July 2024, the most popular political movement of the last 16 years, and the main parliamentary opposition has ceased to exist. The Fiji Times editor Fred Wesley says people who voted for Fiji First will be disappointed.
This is certainly going to have an impact on the people on the ground and on all Fiji First supporters. Some of them probably may be feeling dejected, maybe feeling demotivated perhaps, maybe feeling upset over the turn of events.
The whole situation emerged because Fiji First simply failed to make amendments required under the country's political party laws. The founders, including Bainimarama, resigned, leaving the party defunct even before deregistration. A former opposition leader, Mick Beddoes, says Fiji First could have easily accommodated the constitutional requirements needed save itself.
And as far as I'm concerned, the implosion through their own mishandling of things of Fiji First is not a crisis. It's just a failure of that political party, and there's multiple parties that have come and contested and then wound up and left, including my party.
Mr. Beddoes says there is more to the deregistration of Bainimarama's party than meets the eye.
They failed to make the amendments required of it by the supervisor of elections within the time frame that they were given. The executive of the party, knowing all of that, should have met, I would assume were meeting, and could have dealt with that.
Those Fiji First MPs left standing are now independents. Prime Minister Sitiveni Rabuka has hinted he would entertain former Fiji First MPs joining his team pack. But for Pramila Kumar, a former Fiji First cabinet minister, who is now independent MP staying on the opposition benches to hold the coalition government to account, is the principal objective. She is preparing her response to next week's budget.
As an opposition member, we are preparing a response to the 2024-2025 national budget, and the effort continues. But the only way we can test this out is in the parliament next week to see how people are responding to the budget.
The opposition grouping says they have been approached by some parties, but a decision on who was joining who has not been made. But Mr. Beddoes says while it's not clear what will happen with Fiji First's former MPs, how they react or respond to government policies next week will be revealing.
What we're seeing is necessarily what the total picture is, so I'll just put that aside. We will start to see how the chips fall in the conduct of the individual in opposition and how they will handle the matter of the budget debate.
Fiji's Labour Party and a former Prime Minister, Mahendra Chaudhry, says having opposition is essential for democracy. Mr. Chaudhry says so far some of Fiji First's MPs have approached him, but no decision has been made. Meanwhile, political commentators say Rabuka's comments around forming a potential government.
Some people have approached us, but at the moment we have not